evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dungeon Lounge. I hope you all had a lovely week. Sandalwood is the you are right. Have you played this before, Nox? Don't spoil me. Anyways, hello. My name is Elizabeth. It is Friday, which means it is time for me to stream, and still working through my way through Pyre. Oh, we're going there already. Okay. Are there more coming, Nox, or do you just want barks? Just clarifying. Making sure you're getting the full value of your redeem. Oh, the kid. Okay. Oh, more is coming. Okay. Also, hello, Rogi. Thank you for the lurk. Hello, Lena. Hello, Chief Cup.
And now I have to shift into full Nyao-fu voice. Nyao-fu. Did everyone have a good week? I had a big dinner and I'm full. Alright. We're gonna go back to the game. Gonna play. I think we're at the championship match. We were going to an interesting star at the very least. Nyao-fu.
Where is the redeem?
Hello, Floa. The redeem has already been redeemed. Nyao-fu, there is no stopping the cost. What I have for dinner? I had Chinese food. I got fried wontons, soup, and chicken chow mein. Not chicken. Why did I say chicken, Nyao-fu? I had shrimp. Why did I say chicken? Is it because chicken is, or shrimp is the chicken of the sea, Nyao-fu? Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, okay. We're going back to the Glade of Lu. Nyao-fu.
Chicken is the shrimp of the dirt. About a chicken. Okay, we're doing great this evening. Okay.
I don't know, because honestly, like I had cheese wontons, Nyao-fu. I had pork wonton soup, Nyao-fu, and then I had the shrimp chow mein. So it's like, where in that was the chicken, Nyao-fu? There was no chicken. You still have not plague. I hope you feel better soon. But I know traveling can be hard sometimes, Nyao-fu. I don't think you had any time zone changes though, so yeah, you can get Chinese food. Go for it. Okay, I'm gonna load up my save, Nyao-fu. Oh, I have to load.
Yep, still the same time. Cool. Alright. I think I've now food enough, but... Alright, so... Okay, nobody's here. The bell's still broken. I'm still salty about it, but it's okay. It's okay. Off we go. Ooh. At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods, into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. No, I'm not doing a whole stream of the voice. No. I politely decline. I am very glad though that the redeem does have a cooldown. I get a slight period of. Oh, we're going on the ice. Does this thing have good brakes? Don't cry, Nox. You'll be fine. You don't need the Nyao-fus. You don't need it. It's a crutch. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Elodiel. You will have to make it all the way to the top. Oh no. Or where the rites were first conceived. Oh. We're going to where the commandments of NBA Jam were cast down. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. The plan. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? Aw, poor Nox. Poor in money, rich in spirit, maybe? Maybe? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, and only know the truth of how you feel. Oh, what does freedom mean to me? Doing what I want, achieving inner peace, having no master, going where you please, to feel true love. I'm not sure how that's freedom. Okay, living without fear, nothing at all, or I said nothing. Freedom means not being forced in responding to such questions. I like the little subtitle of that one. Ooh, oh, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, Nox. Yes. Yeah, oh, yeah. That is that bank account is like, why? Why you do? I hope it is well invested. And I hope the purchases work out for you at the very least. Because I mean, like 6K on a PC, like that better be a. It should at the very least last you a good long time. Hopefully, that should be nice and top tier. That's a lot of K's, yeah. Then some K's. Okay, so what is freedom? You know what? I don't feel inclined to answer your question. Freedom is... Your thoughts on freedom are your own. You hold Wolfred's gaze, but do not answer him. You feel the tension growing, but at last he breaks the silence on his own. So, freedom means you can defy me, is that it? Well, I suppose it does. Or... perhaps you haven't spared the subject any real thought and don't know what you think I wish to hear. Oh, you with your smug face. Look at that smug face. He thinks he's smug. Okay. Yeah, if you can, if you can, and if the 4001 isn't working out for you, yeah, by all means, like if you can return it, go for it. No matter, I pose the question to get you to think. I think lots. I think too much. People tell me to stop. So, don't encourage it. It's a bad habit I have. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out towards the distant mountains. Oh, we're getting speeched. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more. And you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others, such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost. And the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. Oh, sir, are you saying you want to destroy the NBA Jam? NBA Jam could be so fun. I mean, the basic premise, yes, in case for anyone here isn't familiar. So the basic premise is everyone in the downside, which is the setting of this game, and plays NBA Jam games when we're not visual noveling, were cast down here by committing some sort of crime in the Commonwealth. The bar the bar for crimes in the Commonwealth appears to be low because, as far as I can tell, my crime, like me, the protagonist behind the camera, is I can read. So literacy apparently is crime. Down with the NBA Jam, yeah. So it looks like Sandalwood's like, this is a bad system. Maybe, like, is he proposing a coup? Do you want a coup d'etat, sir? I might be for it. I might not, though. I don't know. You're kind of still... I still don't like you. You have a smook face. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. I don't want a coup d'etat, I just want a croissant. Croissant? I do enjoy little shenanigans as a treat. The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside through the rights. Then we meet up on the other side. We organize. We're gonna form a union? Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. Yes, I'm called the reader because I can read. That is correct, Nox. That my title as the reader is exactly as it says on the tin. You are all committing crimes in chat. You are all reading. Stop it. Stop committing crimes. Or, keep going. Not your mom. He's got friends back in the Commonwealth. You're plotting a revolt. No, it's a union. It's a union. Union. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself. You know by now that we can see through it. All the crimes, yep. Super crimes. I just choose criminal life. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way, if you wish. Live out your remaining days here, like so many others. So if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth as you are doing here, then speak now. Wolfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourself friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rights and are integral to our plan. Remember that. I don't know if he's an effective manager. I don't know if this is a very stirring speech. You gotta put in some we can do it's. And maybe a cheer. Like, give me an N. Give me an I. Give me a G. Give me an H. Give me a T. I'm not gonna keep going. It spells Nightwigs. You seek true freedom. You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together, you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Okay, we're on our way to the championship, but who wants to do a revolution? Come on, you know you wanna. Wolfred turns towards the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said, and plot the wagon's northward path. You mean the one option? Yeah, he says the only way to get there. It's time for the NBA championships, and maybe revolt, maybe unionization, players' rights. Yeah. Beyond lies Mount Elodial. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Discuss the plan. Oh, we got training for Bay. Oh, hi. Let's go check on Sandra first. You called for me, lovely reader. I gotta do trial for Bay. Certainly. Who shall be the target of my wrath then, would you say? Bay! You asked Sandra to administer one of her special rites for Bay. I must admit I do sense something from that one. I once had a wild heart myself, quite like her own. We shall see if there's more to her than that. Let us bring her forth. Soon, Bay arrives in heed of the summons.
The scribes! I think that if I listen carefully, that I can hear them calling out to me.
I don't think Sandra's a scribe. Maybe later. Maybe... Nah. Do I remember the controls? The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, girl. The place where you reside at present has but a single rule, which is you answer to me here.
Wow! Okay, I will.
Oh. Sorry. I like how Alexandra's like, you do what I say. And Spay's like, okay. Sure thing. What do you want me to do? Such naive enthusiasm. Now, be silent. It is plain to me that you have much to learn as yet about the rites. But you have learned something, and I would see you prove it, without the benefit of anyone, save for your reader.
Okay. Are you out there to help me with this, miss?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey, so.
Oh, no. Ah, no! Oh, no, the Tizos! The Tizo clones!
Okay, that strategy didn't work.
You little... Stop! Ah, no! Oh no, the Tizos are too fast. Ah! I was jumping! I pushed jumpies! Ah! The little passing fiends. Hey!
Ah, I spawned in just like a millisecond too late. Ah, I misaimed. Oh, thank you.
Ah! Those little hoppies.
No shit. This is not going good for Homestar Runner. Ah, come on. It oval. Not oval? Ah! I was steadily making progress that time. Oh, come on, I hit the jump button! Sorry. I'm sorry. Sandra looks very smug. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Okay, yeah, we can do better, we can do better. Practice round. Just scouting. Like, I think the strategy of, like, when they go for it, doing the aura push to, get them knocked out is a good strategy. Oh, those hoppies! God damn it. Okay. Okay. I need to remember what button is throw, because that is clearly not the throw button. God damn it! I'm starting to hit us like Tizo. They're learning. I didn't! not going good. I might have to come back to this.
God dang it!
Badly aimed. Oh, it's sitting right there now. I've noticed they've done this strategy of passing the ball to me because when you receive the ball, you lose your aura protection. So I've noticed they have a tendency to be like, here's the ball, and then immediately attack you. One more try. Yeah, basically, here's the ball, sucker, and then tackle right afterwards. It works, so... Unfortunately, I don't remember what the throw button is. And you'd be like, Elizabeth, just consult the controls of the game. Oh! Booyah! Dang it! Oh, that was so close! Badly aimed, badly aimed. Come on! Hey! Progress! Progress. Come on, run, 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 run! Hey! I was right, I did it on the third try. Yeah. Okay, how did I do? How did I do? I must admit that you did better than I had expected, girl. You have passed this trial of yours. Some congratulations are in order. To you, and also to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Yeah. Don't let them throw the ball at me is the lesson I took that. No, not in the face. It bad. Did I imagine all of that, miss? Because I hope I didn't. Wow, what is it that you have there? I received an anklet. Hooray. What does it do? Oh. Give me my prize. Oh, did Sandalwood leave? Are you like, psh, psh. Feeding imps, okay. Sharpening things, she angy. Consoling Sir Gilliman about something. Poor Tizo. Being consoled. I mean, you know. Perched on the roof. Picking at her food. She doesn't like it, so she's picking at it. Okay, I'm just gonna check. Sandalwood, are you back? There he is. Hello, sir. There you are, my girl. There is something which I wanted to discuss with you, in private. Wolfred stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then... You do know what it means to be a reader. Get out of my brain! It's mine. Out. Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. Ooh, we can read posters on the wall? Though your ability in this sense, I sense is nascent still. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. Dude, you are an annoying, insufferable know-it-all. I know. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet, your friends. And that explains a lot. My friends are keeping secrets! What? They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. But I want to go uppies. What? Hedwyn promised. I mean, I don't like Hedwyn that much, so maybe he did lie to me because he's like, psh. Because I'm like, psh. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer, then, was plain. You simply did not know, or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know, themselves, other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected, when we first met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you had not gotten to that part just yet. Wolfred breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. Stay out of my brain! Yeah, don't give me your book legalese. The first part of the second article declares that thee shall... Excuse me. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as a reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So, once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. What else am I gonna do with my life down here? My only skill is reading! As far as I know. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, nor for any of us. Do you understand? Okay. So, yes, I understand, and maybe I'll figure it out. You have learned in life to keep your expectations low and tempered. If Rolfred really wishes to know your thoughts on the subject, he knows where to find them. I like how, there's yes, no. You're a freaking mind reader. If you want the answer so badly, you come get it. I'm kind of here for the third option. You know what? Yeah, you come get my brain thoughts if you want them so badly. You stare back at Wolfred, betraying no response or thought to the warnings he provided you just now. I think I understand completely. There, my girl. As long as you, too, understand. I do not wish for you to undertake this journey on false pretenses. It is that simple. Know that we have much at stake here in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into that commonwealth which cast us down here to begin with. We're gonna have a revolution. Maybe a coup. It sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Oh, good! More opportunities for you to go without consent into my brain. Could you not? I like how, no one in chat, everyone's like, I want Sandalwood to die. Slowly and painfully. No one likes him. Until then. Goodbye, you prick. I maintain that note he left for us on a piece of tree bark, he just yanked off a chunk of his own skin and was like, I'm gonna write a note on this. And that's disgusting. You don't rip off pieces of your skin to leave notes for people. It's rude. And not nice. No one likes Sandalwood. The anti-Sandalwood club. We have meetings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to discuss why we don't like Sandalwood. On that note, I guess we're to discuss the plan now. Oh, good. He's back. I wasn't talking shit about you, sir. Please don't perceive me. But then again, I mean, if he's psychic or whatever, or mind reading, as it were, does he know everyone hates him at any given moment? Imagine knowing whenever you enter a room that, just feeling everyone's loathing for you in that instant. Like, I mean, if it were me, like, if I walked into a room and felt everyone hating me, I'd be like, okay, bye. Eat a cracker. I hate it. Anyways. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back, one by one, or not at all. Wait, what? Why one at a time? But I swore we go free, together. We may go free, together, yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. Wow, Hedwyn, you really did not understand anything. I mean, then again, I guess you can't read, so... You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Elodiel, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured, it's made the journey many times. Yeah, Hedwyn doesn't know shit.com. Yeah, he didn't read the fine print. Oh, wait, shit. No one in this game except Reader and probably Sandalwood and Volfred are literate. Dang it. Hedwyn's trying. He's too pretty to have any thoughts in his brain, I guess. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if she did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Hey, sir, I'm unlocking pages one at a time. I'm reading them as they're coming up, okay? If I haven't gotten that page yet, it's not my fault. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Soliam and meet our adversaries in the rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. The Tempers, mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Nightwings. Ooh. And Ignarius, notorious demon. Oh, good. Good! Demons! Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then one of the triumphants prevails. There somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all of this? The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible? Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have a good incentive to protect those secrets well. We're banishing you. You can never come back. Here's the secret back door. You gotta play some NBA Jam, but don't talk about it. Okay, thanks, bye. So, then, that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays? For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed, for us, that it isn't at all. If one of us returns, it shall just be a step along our path. However, let's sit on that. Let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Volfred leads the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn, get walking. So I can look for an item. I have not been using items at all, so that seems... A single person gets training. I mentor a person, or I mentor the group. Let's do a person. Wow. So you... Ma'am, your head's covering up your experience bar, and I can't tell if you're close to level 3 or not, because your horns are too impressive. Ruki's great. She's doing good, too. Gizo. Herb. Kind of torn between mentoring Hedwyn or Tizo. Oh, Tizo's too cute. I can't not mentor him. Look at him. He needs guidance in life. His entire family was killed by fish. Don't you know? Actually, he lied about that. But it's also my headcanon now, so
Skidak! Skidak! What is that? Tizo would be pleased to go over the finer points of the rites with you. Great! Tizo gains a somewhat stronger grasp of how better to pass the celestial orb through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. He nods in understanding. Yep. Fish. Bing! Hurrah! Cree-cree! He's happy? Did you gain a level? Tizo just had a flash of inspiration about his role in the rites. Yes, he did. Yes, he gained a level. Alrighty. So, options. So, they either gain a moon sign allies can instantly transport to from their pyre. Okay. Bigger explosions. Or faster. I'm not really using that explosion ability. Wait, he does? That? Okay, you know what? We're gonna go for this. Kraham! Poor little baby, yeah. Tizo expresses fascination with the stars and their relation in the rites. Good job. Anybody want to have a chat? Nobody wants to have a chat. On the prowl, okay. Practicing slashes. Don't know how. Just dancing. Dancing like nobody's watching, sure. Sitting quietly with Wolfred, okay, sure. Up in the rafters. Okay. Onward! We're going to Mount Elodial. But not because Sandalwood said so. Whee! Doing it because we wanna. Whoop. Sharp turn. Do the drifting maneuver. Oh, no, we're stopping. Here before you lies Mount Elodial, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather around again before Wolfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking. So go on, ask away. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now. Don't be shy. Who first? Questions. Why us? Why you indeed, madame? That I can explain. You've seen the sort who stand against his adversaries in the rites. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain the freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So, I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Hedwin over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon, and a reader. I like how the implication is like, I needed some poor sap to do all this shit for me, and I found Hedwin. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts, gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free.
So you lied. You gave him the bad info. You're like, oh, Hedwig's so dumb, he doesn't understand the rights. You gave him faulty info. Sorry, okay. Long story, but you do know much of the rest. So then, why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights, if you've seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. I wanna listen. I want to know what questions people are asking. Wolford's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Drodariel raises her voice again. Hold. You mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know, why us? Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? On the blooded moon, at the fall of Soliam, an exile of the prevailing triumvirate shall go free. Bloody moon. Ah, I see. Well, that is simple, really, madame. You are chosen, you are qualified, I should say, because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case, the expression is quite literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf, exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group, against which all others would be judged. That group is called the Nightwings. Oh, we're the super special club, everybody. Yeah. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries. Oh, hello, Ishmael. Oh my god, 150 people reservation. What, did you have a wedding at your work? Holy crap. I mean, kudos to you. You did hard work today. Oh my god. I hope you're okay. Be sure to get some rest and stuff, okay? Do you have tomorrow off at least after all that? Hockey teams. Ah, hockey teams. I see. Victory means nothing in a common rite then. Participation is all that matters. Not so, madame. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. Oh, good, you have tomorrow off. Okay, good. You can at least recover after that, then. Holy crap. So, you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they might find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope with one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. I'm tired, I don't wish to speak anymore, please leave me. I'm Wolfred, and I'm much too fragile despite being a tree man. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Wolfred takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up the mountain and present you with some options. The Emperor's Ascent or the Emperor's Fall? How poignant. Alright. What are my options? Bay likes this one. Hamatha thinks that there's stuff here. So we got a blessing or a stoof. Blessing. Stoof. Let's do Stoof. Or Blessing. The one that Bay wanted. The sublime beauty of Mount Elodial, along with the thin air this high above the sea, has been enough to silence even the most talkative of your companions. Oh, too late. Too late, Ishmael. We're not getting stuff. However, Bay has been positively bursting with excitement. Isn't it wonderful? I think it really is, don't you? It's cool. Oh, what's wrong with Tizo? Tizo seems not to share Bay's enthusiasm. He does not like the cold. Oh no! Did the cold kill your family? You've been here before, Tizo. Isn't that so? Why would you ever leave? I wouldn't leave. I'd stay. I think I'd stay. Unless I got too cold or hungry. Wait, is that? Something about her changes then. Wait, look, but Tizo, don't you see? Look, don't you see them there? What are we looking at? Seems to be an utter disbelief. Okay. So far the items seem to be like equipables, which can be like movable like buffs and things like that. I haven't seen any like one-time consumable items. You yourself see nothing, but Bay rises almost off her feet as the imp looks on, astonished. Was that the scribes? It was! I know it was! They said something to me, they spoke to me, they told us we are welcome, that we're welcome here! Bay runs off to spread the word among all your companions. Strangely enough, her enthusiasm is infectious. In spite of everything, your spirits rise. Hooray! We have hope again! Oop. Oh, we got a new route to pick. Temple High Road. Hedwyn wants to see the view. I mean, I don't know, Hedwyn. You're kind of... Oh no, but Sir Gilman's voice is so hard to do. Alright, we'll indulge Hedwyn. If only because I want to preserve my voice. Being Sir Gilman is hard work. Got to have limited and little controlled doses. Oh, there's like a statue here. You and Hedwyn walk in silence for some time as he conducts a customary survey of the area. Well, my friend, no sign of howlers, as Jody would say. No sign of anything at all. You sense something is troubling him. Oh, that it's just... I've just been giving lots of thought to everything Volfred's told us. In another couple of days, one of us might be gone all of a sudden. Or... I don't mean to put it that way. One of us could go free. We earn our way back, one by one, as he said. I want you to know something. The others and I, we talked it over, and when the time comes, we want you to decide. Decide who gets to go, if anyone. Why are you making... Oh, I know why you were making me do it. I mean, I'm the reader or whatever, but I don't want to pick. I think that. Don't give me the stress of choice. This might all be a part of Volfred's plan, but we got here thanks to you. And even though I'm worrying right now about us splitting up, I guess if Volfred has his way, all of us will meet up on the other side. And won't that be a day? Worst case, we keep failing in the rites and be stuck down here together, just like this. The two of you walk on in silence for a time. When at last you return to the wagon, Hedwyn turns to you again. Thanks for the company. I think I'm better now. Okay. I don't know what that means in terms of your statistics, but okay. Oh, you just got some experience. Okay. Well, you didn't gain a level, so bye. Choose. No, don't make me choose. I don't want to. You and your companions gather at the Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway carved of stone. What does it say? It says that the scribes themselves keep watch over the Scribe's Gate. I guess that's why their name is on it. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much how we act is with a single heart and mind during the rites. Except you don't participate, you butt. Well then, lead onward, Tariq. Please, follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and the others follow. Oh! Hello, ma'am. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq?
Salutium, Ceres.
It is. Greetings, Celeste. And how was your rest?
Felamta, Ceres.
Too long, Celeste. It seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate?
What?
Aye. Then let us make this quick. She gestures towards the rest of you. Now, each of you, in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Oh, we're doing the what is your quest? What is your name? What is your quest? Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm ruining the moment.
Oxare shontas.
Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Hedwyn the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with whom I love. Oh, he's got a sad story, and now I feel bad for making fun of him. And he's got a title. I guess, is that what you did? Were you naughty? Did you desert? Did you eat all the dessert? I would eat all the dessert. Anyways, I know that's not that kind of dessert. I'm being a shit. Choose, wait. Oh no. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. I am regarded by the name Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess, with my chums. Preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodariel. I do not truly know yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Bay, and I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Devils! I don't know. What is your favorite color? Okay, sorry. Leaving those who did be a crime. Skreek! Eek! Tizo seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. I'm about to say he's not an exile. He's just an imp. Those, my understanding, are naturally occurring in the downside. Oh. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion, at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at a certain point. Hamatha Thayan. I'm only here because my sister's here. Then, as Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You. I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you. I travel with them as a pilgrim now. Oh, you don't want to be free, you buttface? You too good for it? You want to be a quiet, like, recruiter for the revolution, but you don't want to go lead it up top? You're just going to hang back? You're just going to watch while everyone else does your revolution for you? Huh? Huh? Okay, sorry, I'm being mean. I see. Then state why you're here, as have the others. My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people there. Sure, buddy. Sure. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is no one left to go. State who you are. I am just a crippled scholar. I'm just an old farmhand. I am a war orphan. I do not know who I am. What am I? Who am I? I woke up here. I have no past. I don't know. You cannot, for the life of you, recall a time before arriving in the downside. I don't! I recall nothing! Details of the Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget the place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. Choose your tragic backstory. I choose I don't know. I'm choosing the option where the game master can fill in the details for me. I have amnesia. Give me a background. GM, thank you. Because isn't that essentially what happens if you're in like an RPG game and you're like, I have amnesia. You're basically saying, dear GM, give me a backstory. I can't be yours to do it. You do one for me. Roll on the background table. Okay. What do I want? I want true freedom. I want to help my friends. I want revenge. I'm just curious. I mean, to be fair, out of, like, in terms of, like, me, Elizabeth, hello, hi. I started playing this game to see what would happen. I didn't have any of these goals in mind. I was like, let's see what happens. I never played this game. What happens? So, you know what? That's, I think, the most honest response here. I was just curious. I want to play the game. You just want to see your quest through to the end. You are not one to go through life examining whatever it is that you desire. You take life as it comes and are content to appreciate some of the surprises. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tariq? I, Celeste? Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. He's like, goodbye, other lady who has a complimentary motif and also an instrument. Maybe related somehow? So far, they're the only people I've seen with instruments. Oh, look, it's a book over there. Big book. Big stone book. From the top of Mount Elodial, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousand leagues you cross to reach this point, as the sky grows dim. Now working out an interesting background with your GM so everyone else at the table can receive maximum emotional damage when it gets revealed. Ah, yes. Just twist that knife. Slug Market. Oh, we have a new page. Okay, so we're gonna go look at the book first because Wolfred keeps mocking me for not reading my book, even though I read my book. What's this? River frost. So cold it can burn the skin, but keeps the wagon cool and fresher longer. Oh, they just collected that. Oh, I turned it off. I turned it on. Okay. Alright. Inspect the new page. The mercy shown. The imp Hob and I, we helped to save my emperor. And when the danger did subside, my emperor Soliam Mur said something to me, which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Golathanian, so that I may yet have mine. You too now are an exile of the downside. In all the days which I have left, I never could repay the mercy you have shown me. So if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do it in the next." We crossed the land together, and together with the imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. Boop. So there we go. But look, like, we got a lot to go in this book. I'm only here. I'm not even through chapter 1 yet. There's so much in this book. Hi, Jodariel. What are you doing? What is everyone else doing? Nearby. Silence. Praising the Underking. Okay, sure, staring in awe at something. Waiting. Off on his own. Okay. Hi, Jodariel. What's up? Jodariel appears to be prepared for whatever it is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Hedwyn soon joins her, bleh, also looking ready. Any sign of Ruki? None as of yet. Complained about a chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar, then. I am certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said, or needs to be said. Soon, if Wolfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey! What'd I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fares your struggles with the mask, Greentail? Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put in some of the old nerves to bed. There, for good measure. So, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon. By dawn, in fact. If all goes well. If all goes well? That's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just, we might be breaking up the band here, people. If one of us gets out. That's been bugging me for a while now. I thought we were all getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us, we might not getting out of here at all. Hedwyn slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. Why do you care so much? We, like, barely talk. Well, we had that, we did have a little moment earlier, but, like, aside from that, we don't talk. We don't speak. You spent a whole chunk of the game nauseous. We made a promise to each other. Each of us. The four of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others, too. I do. But we've been here from the start. I want you to know. My promise is to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. That's my first I don't know you. So, it's like this. If any one of us gets out, great. But it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes there on the other side to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What, you think they're going to build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. I just know we have to try. I want to give Rookie the biggest hug. Rookie's the best. He's got the best little mustache. Judariel turns to you. Reader, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you, and to reassure herself. Rookie nods his head in turn, and Hedwyn's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn towards the door. The fall of Saliam awaits, a vital step in your quest for freedom, yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. Hooray! Hope. Got lots of hope. Hope, hope, hope. Let's go see the strange slug man. Hey guys, just so you're all aware and all, I know how come you're here. How come you made it all the way up here? Oh, I know, all right. You're here because I got the lowest prices and all the downside, am I right? And some of the new stuff I got in stock, you're going to get a lot of value there, an awful lot. Ooh, stuff. What's this? Oh, that's important. Rank up. Proceed. Rank up. Rank up. They're getting more expensive. I'm poor now. Let's level up these thingies. Faster? Faster. Look how fast she go. What's this thing do again? I could be good, but I will rejiggle that as we get to the thingy thing. Come see us again, guys. Hey, guys. How's it going? All right. Here we go. Time to maybe liberate a person. We're gonna do it. We're gonna beat up those demons. Do a liberation. Boop. Is everyone prepared, Hedwyn? Yes, though several of us have another question that's been troubling us. You need but ask. You said that one of us is going to be returning to the Commonwealth if we defeat the Tempers and the Rights this night. What happens if we fail? Hedwyn, my boy, don't you see? The path to freedom and the path to enlightenment are one and the same. Do you intend to stray from the path? No. Then you have nothing to fear. But let me be much more upfront with you. Should you be defeated by the Tempers this night, then one of them shall end up going free instead of one of you. It is simple as that. Bro, if you don't, Zesty F you. I like how he's like, what happens if we fail? He's like, I have all these other words, but here's the more direct answer to your question. One of them goes up if they win. And I think that basically means like like if I say like this is like a tournament, so it's like if we lose the tournament, we just go back to the bottom, we start over, right? Like one way or another, the season's over after this match, and then we do it again, another season. No, as far as I know, the persons will be freed if the team wins, but as far as I understand, if we don't win, they just stay here. Just, yeah, something about it. Yeah, it does. Well then, what is to be done? What then is to be done? The very same as if we achieve victory. We await our next such opportunity and make the most of it. Let me explain to you, like you're 5, which you are. By the way, you're young and stupid. I mean, it's possible, like, he a tree dude. How old is tree dude? Maybe, like, to him, maybe we are 5. He's like, oh dear God, look at you. You're like, what? 20? Oh, you precious baby. I am 500 years old. You poor little fragile thing, you little sapling. I don't know. I'm making guesses here. I'm just, trees can live a long time. Tonight, our plan is set in motion. We are united in our cause. We shall look as ever toward the stars for guidance and seize upon our future chances, just as they arise. So look up, my boy, and set aside your doubts. It is time to take great strides along the path. I am slightly disturbed that as he's like, here's my motivational speech, organs start. Like, ominous organs. He's like, rousing speech. Sorry. Sorry, it's a good song. I'm not knocking on it. Just that opening chord is just like evil. Yeah, evil. Disregard this evil mastermind music, basically. Pay no attention to this music in the background. It has no relevance. Go. You're gonna do great. You're gonna do awesome, Hedwyn. I believe in you.
Have passed
he's back.
Since last the Nightwings gained the summit of the sacred mountain.
Ooh, statues.
And stood
Pointing.
upon the fall of Solium. You are to be commended for your guidance, reader.
Yeah, I should. I did a great job.
But only if you can prevail in this liberation rite.
Conditional.
Yet
Oh, hey,
you
there's
stand to
Tariq
gain
and
much
Celeste.
more
They're
than
hanging
some
out.
enlightenment. Your adversaries are
Hanging
none
up
other
high.
than the Tempers. I trust they need no introduction.
No, they need an introduction. I don't know who the hell they are.
One among you shall regain their freedom.
Are we gonna have a talk first? The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Tempers, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. A massive demon swaggers into view. He reaches for his mask. Earlier on, Hedwyn said that the group had discussed it and that I am going to get to pick. It will not be random. It will be my choice. So, chat, who are we gonna free if I win? Because I assume that means, like, that they're gone. They get to go free, and we start Season 2 without that player. And we do it all again. If we win. I mean, I might be too much to assume I can win. You know who I am already. But look at what we got here. The damned Nightwings decided to show up. Or we figured we were never going to see the day again. Ideally someone you don't use. Look at that chin! Well, he broke his horn. You broke your horn, sir. He takes notice of someone in your ranks. Why are you so ugly? He can't help it, he's a demon! And yeah, chin! Chin. Hey, you! He indicates Dodariel. She scoffs back at him. Lose the mask! Ain't seen one of our own in ages. Not in these damned robes. Dodariel's hesitation is almost imperceptible before she moves to remove her mask, just as her adversary asked. Satisfied. Ernesto de la Cruz looking ass bitch. Whoa! You must be new. Ignarius, no! Don't hit on Dodariel. She's too good for you. Dodariel soon puts her mask back on. Enough talk. Ha! I like you, curly horns. Tell you what, once we put out the lights, you come along with these guys. We're gonna have a spot open. Only shame is I ain't gonna be around to show you a good time. She's too good for everyone. I know! I should rather cut my tongue. Oh, you don't mean that. Our kind, we ought to stick together. Now come on! Ignarius throws his mask back on as his allies snarl at the rest of you. So we got big beefy boys. Oh, no. Have the Nightwings reached a decision on whose behalf they shall conduct this rite? The lone minstrel gets your attention in his subtle way. Reader, this is it. The first companion whom you choose shall be anointed to go free this very night if you prevail. The other two in the triumvirate shall lend their aid. As you may know, only the most enlightened in the rites are eligible to go free. Not all among you may be ready yet. Now, Nightwings, I would have your decision.
Deserves their freedom.
So, anoint? Oh! Oh no! Oh, certain people aren't aren't enlightened enough yet. Hedwyn can't. So we can't send the people we're not using away. We actually have to send someone I've been using in my party. Shit. The plan has already failed. Ally or betray. Okay. So let us review who we can actually send. So yeah. Most of the newer party members know. Hedwyn and Dodariel know because I haven't really been using them. So our boy Ruki, Bay, and Tizo are the ones in the party who are enlightened enough to go on. So who gets? I mean, if we're going in terms of raw enlightenment, it's my boy. But it means sending away my boy! My boy! My boy! Look at him! He's got a mustache! And he's so fast! Okay, so apparently it's not as... I'm gonna take the hiss to mean we keep Ruki. Ruki, sorry! Don't you want your boy... Oh, Flora, don't say that! Don't you want your... I know, and he said he wanted to see his mom! Oh, God. Oh, God. He's like, when I'm free, I'm gonna go see my mom. And it's like, The other choice is Bay, who is our manic pixie dream girl, basically, in terms of personality. She's just happy to be here. And then we have Tizo, who's like, I'm an imp. Also, remember that one time I convinced you my family were killed by fish? Those were good times. Sorry, that was too real. I know. Okay. Oh, I gotta pick someone. And it's like, oh god. Like, the thing is, this is like generally been the core team I've been using. And now I'm paying for my decision. Who's gonna be on the streets convincing people? You think Tizo could lead a revolution? You think you going a little scrahi? Imagine a little, I know. I kind of like the idea. You want to unionize scrahi? And I mean, imagine her going around telling people, "Hey, you wanna join a union? The scribe said you should do it." Scrahi Karl Marx. Okay, so we basically, like, oh god, he just wants to see his mom. Okay. Fuck. I have to pick someone. I'm surprised the game isn't nagging at me yet. Okay. Okay. Tizo. A maybe? I mean, I know a lot of her quickness right now is coming off of this. It's not coming off of her inherentness. Inherent. So, I mean, someone else can kind of pick up that speed once she's gone. But she's also... She's also got the jumpies. What if Faye gets distracted? Okay, so... Alright, let's do it this way. The consensus so far seems to be, from chat, we send Bae. Okay, so... Bae...
Oh, you mean me? Then I get to go home? But... the 8 scribes, what if they still want me to stay?
Okay, don't you now be like, no, I don't wanna. I spent, like, literal minutes on this. Ooh, yes, I'm picking my anoint. Oh, achy rogi. Stretch. And hydrate. Alright. Yeah, Bae has been selected for the liberation rite as the anointed one. Then the Gate Guardian looks upon you and your adversaries. Yeah, I know. Everyone else is like, I want to go home. And Bae's like, do I have to? It's like, God damn it, Bae. Very well. Then under the watch of the 8 scribes, hear the stakes of this eve's liberation rites. Should the Nightwings prevail, the one called Bae the Bloodless shall be liberated. Should the Tempers prevail, the exiled Ignarius shall go free instead. Oh no, the butt face. Or, sorry, chin face, more accurately. She then turns to you. Now, who amongst the Nightwings shall complete your triumvirate to strive alongside Bae the Bloodless and see her return in glory?
Who shall stand with her?
My boy! Get in there!
Oh! Hey, sure, no pressure, right, sister?
And then, who shall be the last? You know what? We've got some big beefies out there, so we might be good to have a counter big beefy. Like, we've got some speed. We've got Bae and Vruki will be covering speed. But yeah, that's the thing, is also I'm going to have to start getting used to using all the people I'm not using because I'm about to maybe lose a party member. Okay. So yeah, I think, and also because Jodariel's got the talisman that, like, right now, if she hits the Pyre, she's doing 32 damage to it, so she could be a good, like, 3-pointer, if that makes any sense for those who follow sport terms. Okay. 100% Canadian. She's not Canadian! Okay.
Jodariel.
Very well. Let us prevail here and see this through.
Now.
Very well. The 8 scribes accept your choices, reader of the Nightwings. She then indicates to the lone minstrel. Now, are you yourself prepared, Tariq?
Israel.
Aye, Celeste. Then, let us all begin. Nightwings! Been waiting an awful long time to get out of this hole. Try and stop me! Yeah, that's how the game works. That's how it works. Oh, it's so nervous. Let's go! Oh! Oh, we got jibs! I got it! Haha! Oh no, their pyre is super strong! Ah, you! No, Rookie! Here we go! Aha! Oh! No, no, no! You suck! Ow! No, no. Oh, nope. Got in! Ha ha ha! Thank you, Bryce. Push, push, push! Yeah! This is why I can't set my boy away. Look how useful he is! You good-for-nothing Nightwings. Skip out on us for years and years and show up all of a sudden like you're gonna let somebody out for lunch. But now we gotta work for it, I guess. Damn it. I used to be the best. At this, at least. But now, the pressure's getting to me. Can't believe it's getting to me. Oh, Moira, I don't even recognize me anyway. Come on, Nightwings! Let's see you keep this up! Don't make me feel bad! Almost, almost! Haha! I know, bro! Don't feel bad for the chin! No, no, Rookie! Let's go, Rookie!
Now then.
You're almost there, you're almost there! Ah! Rookie! Oh, shit!
Unfortunate.
Oh, well, it's alright. We're okay. We're still in the game. We're still in the game. We're still in the game. Yeah!
They douse the flame.
Whoa, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there.
The rite is nearly ended. A mere attempt.
It's okay. It's okay. Your job here. You're hold the line.
A deftly thwarted drive.
Come on, Rookie. You got this. No! I swerved too late. Dang it!
A banishment.
Come on, Rookie. No, Rookie. No! Ah!
beneath contempt.
Come on, come on, come on, come on!
Stand not in glory's path.
Yes!
And there it is at last.
We in, we in!
The Night Wings
Woo!
proved their worth. As for their adversaries, they did not.
Sorry, Ignarius. I guess you don't get to see whoever Moira
Thus
is.
ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen the exile appointed by the Night Wings shall be free,
Yay!
absolved of all misdeeds.
Not even sure what her
Return
misdeed
to
was,
glory
but bye.
in the Commonwealth. Her adversary and all others shall remain
Season 2.
to carry out their rightful sentences.
Are they rightful? My crime was reading. What a joke. We should have had this. We should have had this. God, Rusty, you've been waiting so damn long. Damn it, damn it! Nightwings! Seeing you around, I guess. And next time, you ain't gonna be so lucky.
Yengi.
Sorry. I can go home. I think this means I can go home. She shuts her eyes. By the scribes. By the scribes. But what will happen now to you? To all of you? Can you not come with me? Sweetie, have you been listening? No, we come later. Later. No, they say not yet. The scribes, they say not yet, although I think your time will come. Your time will come! And I will wait for you because I don't have friends back home. At least I didn't used to. So I want you to come join me there, okay? But now, the scribes are calling me, and so, goodbye. She falls into the shimmer pool. Then, and she is gone. A seldom seen celestial phenomenon. Goodbye, and please, oh scribes, watch over them, okay? May earned back her freedom. May she return in glory. And BHM for your right to go to heaven.
The 8 scribes are ever
Be sure to leave your
merciful.
equipment when you leave. Thanks.
The cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
So we're doing this. Focus, training, prowess. The path towards the survival on the blood border. These rites make similar demands of us. What's the blood border? Oh. Alright, so we gotta gain her. So this was an instant stamina recovery when she banishes. Ah, so this was the ability being used on me. Oh, interesting. So basically, if she gets to the end zone, or she gets to the where you deliver the orb or whatever, and if she basically is like, hey, over here, look at me, about to slam dunk in your thing, she does additional damage for basically being like, hey, looky, look at me style on you. Woo. Which, I mean, I'm kind of like, I'm here for. But this is also kind of good, too. But this is also just really amusing to me. Like, just like getting over there being like, come get me. Can't have this. Stab basic. You know what? Fuck it. Here you go. Bong, bong, bong. Okay.
Until the rites begin anew.
So what now? Do we go back? Where we go? Do we just hang around in Mount Elodial? And you didn't clean up the dishes! Bay! She left a mess. Someone left a mess. It wasn't me. I didn't leave the mess. After your victory over the Tempers and the Liberation Rite, you return to your wagon to decide how to proceed from here. Hard to believe Bay's gone.
Look on the bright side. It's one less mouth to feed.
We'll see Bay again if we persevere. Our journey's now begun in earnest. We'll just need to make a few last preparations while we're here. What about the stars? Can we afford the time? About that. Reader, go see for yourself. The sky over Mount Elodial is much darker than you would have expected. Your thoughts are with Bay as you look towards the heaven. Alright, where we go now? For Season 2. Nightwing Boogaloo. Where? You search and search the sky, but in vain. No stars are shining now. Right? The stars revealed nothing, did they not? You knew, you little shit! You made me go look anyways! You confirm his suspicions. It's as the book foretells. This is the chance we need to make ready for what lies ahead. There's a haven south of here we'll travel to at dawn, and when the stars decide to shine for us again, we'll be ready. Mark my words. Reigning champions! Yeah! Oh look! Bay's thing is still here. Bay's status. Liberated. She's a fierce, independent woman now. Don't need no man. Okay. Gilman standing watch. What are you sleeping off? Okay. Yeah, she's right there. Running around. Fluttering. What's Tariq doing? Conferring with Wolfred. Okay. One time right ball champions. Yeah, get a nice little banner. Yeah, where's my champion banner to put in my wagon? Sometime after the liberation rite, you find Jodariel staring at the wagon's walls. Little brother. She would call it, reader. This wagon was one of the girl's only friends in this world, and now they are apart. She will be mournful by tomorrow, I should think. She lets out a sigh. That girl had nothing in the Commonwealth. Life in the downside is scarce worth living on most days, except for one such as she. I fear it may have served her better than to remain in our care. Don't make me feel bad! Now everyone's like, you should have sent her. She didn't want to go. Like, seriously? Like, look what you've done. Like, don't make me feel bad! Ah! Within my care. Were you feeling like a mom to her, or a big sister? Are you just disapproving in general? She trails off for a while. The orphans of the fallen veterans with whom I served back in the blood border. She reminded me a lot of them, in certain ways. They were each very strong in their own right, often wiser than suggested by their youth. Thus, I do not know the source of my concern. I trust Bay shall continue to survive. My hope, however, is that she achieves something more, that she should find her place in that society this time. Perhaps she shall be instrumental to this plan of ours yet, what with her constant prattling about the scribes. Who can say? The people there may listen. Either way, we managed to see her return. May those of us united in our cause continue to support each other here as well, on the other side. Jodariel nods at you in salute. Thank you, reader. Rest well this night, and I shall see you in morning's light. She retires for the evening. You sense that she is feeling better about Bay's prospects, having talked her through her thoughts with you. Okay, good. Okay, at the very least, she's like, at least she's like, she started at, nah, you shouldn't have done it. You should have picked someone else. But now she's like, yeah, you know what? She's fine. She's gonna be fine. Because she's gonna be fine. Don't tell me that after I went to the trouble of liberating her that she's not fine. Because she's fine. She's fine. She's fine. The manic pixie dream girl is fine. She's fine. I couldn't send Rookie, goddammit! definitely could have sent Tizo all by his lonesome, and everyone else is too stupid to go. Sorry, too unenlightened. Right? Good morning, my girl. Don't call me yours. I'm not yours. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. Now you should level up. I know. Now this is like, who do I take to the rights? Everyone who I want to see gone. Get those rights. Hedwyn, get in there. We need you to leave. Volfred leads all of you into a calm and quiet clearing tucked away inside of one of the mountain's hidden folds. All about, you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Boop. Oh good! I can talk some more with Volfred. I can hear his thoughts and feelings. You find Volfred, seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you. Greetings, reader. This wagon and I, we've many memories together, and I could not help but reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there is something that you wish to know, you need but ask. Alright. I like how the last option is, I don't want to talk to you. So what did you do? Why did the Nightwings disband the first time? How does he know the Lone Minstrel? Or just, no thank you, I have to go now. I have no questions, excuse me, I have to go over there now. Does chat have any preferences? I'm kind of curious about knowing what naughty thing he did to get sent down here. But also I am kind of curious about the Nightwings. Like, why did they disband? And which... Apparently, because the Nightwings weren't competing, nobody could get free. So, Flora also agrees. She wants to know what he did. Wants to know what naughty things he did. Okay. You ask Volfred about his past in the Commonwealth, and how it is he came to be in the downside. How rather forward of you, my girl. Most whom I have met during my travels here have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. I owned and operated one. Stamping press? Stampy? Oh, is it... You made a newspaper. Oh no. You tried to bring reading to the masses. Oh, I see. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the interminable wars against the high-wing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Yeah, I know. He's J. Jonah Jameson. He's just spreading the truth. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press... Why would you name it that? Sorry. Was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while. But not for long enough. Here, in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Conspiracy to commit reading a synonym role. God, no. Anyway, that is the long and the short of it. Now then, was there anything else? Oh, I can keep asking questions! Oh, good. I get more questions. You express interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be here, and Volfred's past connection with the group. I've been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me, in a manner, as I understand, quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile called Erisa, and another known as Oralek. Erisa? Oh, she might be pretty. And Oralek. He got a grumpy face. Once in a while, we let little Tizo stand in with us as well. He is rather older than he looks. Oh my god, Tizo's a veteran! Why didn't you free Tizo? The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Tempers presented any threat to us in any given right. But there was a terrible accident. Erisa, we lost her. And Oralek, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Elodiel. We lost him as well, on the night when he was to be free. Oh no. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the rites themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. Oh, you hate the system because your friends died. To the system. I get it. The system is the criminal. The NBA Jam is the crime. Sorry. The downside has claimed many lives, yet this was too much. I vowed never again to don my mask and raiments. I had the black wagon cleared and buried, such that it could never be used again. If the Night Wings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership, and towards a different purpose. We're coming to slam all your jams. That is all I wish to say of this, my girl. Stop calling me your girl, 'cause I'm not. Okay, well, cool. More questions. You asked Wolfred about his history with the lone minstrel, with whom he seems to know quite well. Tariq was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen. Although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. The system is down. The plan's current probability of success, 24%. Hey! It's not 0! It's 24%! Yay! He serves the Rites and the Nightwings. I've tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it. Though, it's plain he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizo were instrumental in our meeting. All of you are reluctant to speak of it, you useless edgelords. It's been good to see him doing relatively well. Anyway, was there anything else you wish to talk about for now? Now the questions are grayed out. I'm gonna go. Bye. You thank Wolfred for his time and bid him a good rest of the afternoon. No, I do not! I leave in silence. If he wants his thank you, he can read my stupid thoughts for it. Likewise to you, reader. Be well. Too many pizza cutters around here. Oh, I gotta shuffle up my equipment. Alright. Look at my little Tizo. Okay, I did get my equipment back. Good. 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 You know what? Let's make you fast. Oh, hello, Sasha. How are you this evening? There's been a development, Sasha. The NBA Jams. We had to send someone away. They're gone forever. They've been freed. To start a revolution. Everyone, the amenities are modest here in the Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. What does it say? A small landing. Okay. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care, for now. It shall be ready when you need it next. From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside. Its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land besides it. And so, you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass. Do I gain any experience during this time? Maybe some book pages? Then, one evening. May I have a moment, reader? Oh no, a tired muffin, Sasha. Yay, new chapters! Okay, sorry. Oh no, you should sleep if you're sleepy. It's important to sleep when sleepy. The lone minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as though you had been leaning through your as has been your leaning through your stay in this abode. Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please, follow me. Okay, you had a nap? Okay. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader madame. Stars shine like you have never seen. Once more, the path towards salvation is revealed, but now, something is different. Yay! Where are we going? Oh, there's a big black hole. Oh. Bing. Each time you searched the stars, they showed you a single path, but now several rites avail to themselves to you at once. Oh no! Multiple paths. What is it? Okay. Okay, so this is the one. This is the Snicks. Your record against them is 1-0. Yeah! Undefeated! This one will take us to the Accusers, led by the Nomad, Lenda the Liar. Yeah, we got to pick who we gonna slam against. Or back to see the dogs! The metal dogs! I mean, this is such a hard choice. What do I pick? Dogs! Yeah, we're gonna go back to the bowling ball crushing a scorpion. The stars urge that we go to the spring of Jomur, a long way off. Volfred, sir, how are we to reach the spring of Jomur in due course of time? You know full well, Tariq. Preparations are complete. Are we gonna fly? Do we have an air wagon now? You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sire. Or sorry, sir. Add an E. The cycle begins anew. As the years advanced, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites this time, until once more we are to traverse Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many, it is difficult to say, but our next chance at liberty ought to present itself much sooner than before, so let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader. Engage! Rogi Stream, what the dog doing? Your companions have not traveled far from Moonlight Alcove. Words of the news soon spreads throughout the group. Can I not? Oh no, they told me to get out of the wagon. They're like, no, we're working on it. Poke. I can poke it to make noises and be annoying. But that's about it. Alright. Continue. Next morning, Wolford calls everyone together before the black wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. Well, it's also a boat. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea, to me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Airship? Airship. Alright, I'll get inside the unmarked... Wait, what's this? Something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Night Wings. You shall travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. I have to commit to it. Oh. Oh, and the music got some techno in it. Is the wagon a TARDIS? No, it's just got wings now. After having soared into the sky, the black wagon remains aloft, somehow. Hey, now we're talking! Airship mode! He's so excited to be flying again. You get the impression this may not be the first time for him. Well, no, if he's part of the OG team. By the Underking! Oh no, he's loud again. The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. Though we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make way by land or sea toward our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. It's exciting anyways. Woo! We're sailing the skies. Oh, look at me go! Whee! Whee! Sorry. Oh yeah! Sir Gilman's gonna die. He thinks he's gonna die. Oh, look at me go. Whoop! Oh! Boosties! I probably just gave everyone a heart attack. Sorry about that! Ah! What the hell is this? We're not in our spot yet! Rival airships, oh my god! They deliberately crashed into us, Father! I didn't know! Yet you still address them in such cordial manner. Now, Almer, I am certain that this was an honest accident, and it appears no lasting damage has been done. It's old doggo! It's old doggo with beard. Please, take the helm, as I shall go and start to pick up the fallen artifacts which shook free from the walls after the impact. Perhaps some of these old heirlooms may yet be repaired with adhesives drawn from certain flora we may find along our long and difficult quest. Damn you, Nightwings! You stay away from us! I didn't know! I'm sorry! I didn't! I'm just a dumbass! I shouldn't be given the power to fly around! So I'm dumb! What have we learned? Elizabeth is not allowed to fly things. Oh. Hi? Hi? I'm hesitant to approach the other ones now because they might get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, bro. Oh, we've got a landing point. As you soar above the waters of the Worm Gulf, you notice Sir Gilman sidle up to you. Very slowly. We are very, very, very high above the waters, if this knight is not mistaken. This knight's brethren lurk beneath the surface there, in numbers untold. Fortunately, if we were to come crashing to the surface now, then this knight, why, he would receive a watery burial in the custom of his kind. Okay. So you're saying if I drop you here, you'll die. Just be it. Whee. What's here? Below, amidst the desolation of the flagging hands, you see Big Bertrude's, from which you first embarked by sea. You wonder how its venerable proprietor is faring. I am certain that Big Bertrude must have left a strong impression on you all. She's not easy to forget. I've known her since before my exile, or hers. She's been here a long time. I've sent my agents to repay her for assisting you, and to send her our regards. The old wagon must have been in need of some repairs. Okay. Is she mad still? Is she mad? Oh! Ah, I see an alert. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Michael Hardy one. Welcome to the Dungeon Lounge. Okay, sorry. Sorry, the game sound stops when I have to click out, but also hello. Okay. Okay.
Secretavis.
The spring of Jamurs has always flown forth from the crushed carapace of Bilithanthius. I think I'm getting that wrong. The legend of whose demise is a rather sordid tale. Perhaps you've already read it in the book? Okay. Not all believe the book exists, of course, nor the greater titans, nor the rites. I've encountered exiles believing that this titan perished quite by accident, rather than by a cunning trap laid for it by Jamur Many-Mane. They took the titan for a common beast. Perhaps the stars shine down upon out-of-the-way locales such as this one to ensure that they alone shall witness the proceedings. I look at it! It's a bowling ball crushing a scorpion. Just yeet that bowling ball onto it. Okay, so we have landing points. So this is where the right is. So Pamitha likes this route, and Jodariel likes this route. Sure. Land. Flop. You touch down in the heart of the Jomur Valley, where you first faced the Fate and the Dissidents. You briefly wonder where they might be now, and how they fare. You join your companions for a routine inspection of the wagon, following its flight. Tizo confirms the wagon wheels withstood the shifting temperature and still appear to be in reasonable shape. Hedwyn managed to calm some of the drive imps prone to dizziness or frenzy at high altitudes. Other than that, everything checks out, and the rest of your crew got through the flight without complaint. You now have a little time before having to set forth by land. Okay, but I gotta go in here now. There's things to look at in here. Like this. What is this crystal? Grius stone. Exhibits a flagrant disregard for natural law, thus providing light entertainment. Oh, it just... What? Oh my god, stop. You're in front of things. Go away. No, stop. Go over there. Oh my god, that's... Yeah, flagrant disregard indeed. Oh my god, I hate it. What is this? What is it? No, I want to know about the... I want to know about these. The handles. Okay, fine. What's this over here? Singing sands. The so-called singing is the sound of countless screeching wheel mites. Tick, tick, tick. Okay. And then what we got down here? We got another jar. Waking wood wisps. The wisps inside provide a scarce bit of light when it is needed, all for a low monthly fee. Tink, 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 tink. Oh, Hedwyn's doing the dishes. Thank you, Sasha. Stretch. And hydrate. Hedwyn is doing the dishes. Good! Someone's gotta freaking do the dishes. I'm always stuck doing the goddamn dishes. Jodariel's trimming her horns. She gotta look good. Ruki's thirsty. Tizo is staving off critters. Still liberated. And just nearby. Okay. Hi. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Reader! This knight is very, very slightly out of sorts, is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Pamitha overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it, he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. He looks so happy, he's like ooh-wooing. You'll do dishes over folding laundry? Honestly, let it other way. I would rather fold laundry than do dishes. Ugh. Ugh. though this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Oh, Nox has been biding his time. The others are coming, right? You're gonna make me woo Sir Gilman? I'm here for it. I'm here for the wooification of Sir Gilman. Waiting for the other ones. I know they're coming. Right? Is it only gonna be bark? I don't think it's only gonna be bark. There it is. There's the nya.
Alrighty. Meowfu time. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. Meowfu. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming them fills me with disgust. Meowfu. Though I haven't had to swim, and yet now had to fly, that's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some harp fledglings I've met in my day. Meowfu. You'll get used to it. Meowfu. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Meowfu. Sir Gilman has gained +1 hope for the next rite. Boop. Meowfu. Now it is time. Oh, I got an achievement. Chivo. Alright, time to read the bookies. Meowfu. Oh no, there's lots of reading, Meowfu. So much reading. Oh no. Okay. So we did this already. So we're now on chapter 2. Meowfu. Okay. Living in exile. In the words of Jomer Manymane, the Alpha Chief. Once I too roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called Chief. Meowfu.
Beat it all. We'll see.
I traveled all the world over my 4 good paws, and I was well adored. Meowfu. I wanted to grow stronger. Here at last I have. Meowfu. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. Meowfu. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. Meowfu. My charge is to alleviate the sting of you for a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Meowfu. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason. But in time, here you can learn to eat, seek out shelter, and find beauty in unlikely places. Meowfu. And then I guess we've got this page. We're going to inspect this. Meowfu. Forsaken lands, in the words of Molten Milthi, the Wild Witch. Oh, isn't that the lady that's in that other team that we don't like? Oh. Years upon years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all once writhed under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. Meowfu. In this we have no regrets, for we have learned much, and so, we think, did they. Meowfu. We earned the title Witch, and were forced to flee into the downside. Here we encountered Solium Muir, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. Meowfu. I see the witch speaks in the royal wheeze, 'cause she thinks she's important. He bade us circumnavigate these lands to catalogue our findings. Meowfu. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both, then. Meowfu. Oh, there's another page. Oh no, I have to go back then. There was more pages from the doggy. Wait, no, he didn't have more pages. Why you have no pages? The witch has more pages. This book isn't being assembled in the correct order, Meowfu.
Okay. Back to normal voice now. I'm not going to do the whole book like that. We've got a lot to go. Alright. What does this page say? Gaining the summit of the sacred Mount Elodial involved no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery in varying proportion. The mountain's energies were palpable. The sensation that we felt, indescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer to the stars than to the world we knew. It was upon this highest point in all the downside that we first made efforts to concoct this tome, which you now read. It was there that we were stricken with the vision of the cycle of the rites and felt together, for the first, a sense of freedom unlike any we experienced before. But that is a subject which our comrade shall illuminate in greater detail. Okay, so next section. This is the Euskorian Hundreds Minds, the Scholar. Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them. Perhaps one day, even your freedom. I traced the stars across the river in my genealogy until they led me here. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge. For how is it that something can be shared but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but set me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks, which they revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the stars, are 9 lenses through which we see the land and see ourselves in a new light. Next page. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Arch, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds irredeemable. Suffice it that the details of their banishment are written in this book. The sisters and the book became inseparable, not unlike the stars, their light, and the infinite darkness that engulfs them. The stars communicate to us, and you, in turn. The words within this book are but an edifice, a simple surface. Look past the text, to the hidden meaning, to the hidden power. The stars above, as they are not mere lights, these are not mere words. If you chance upon the Sisters of the Arch within their prison here, give them our thanks. Okay, I don't get these chapters. I do have this chapter. The 9 triumvirates, in the words of Hob the Swallow, the Accursed. At first I found it much too difficult to read, much less to write, to even grasp the quill. But the horned one, Muir, implored me. He said this is the greatest gift he could give me in return. In return for what? I asked. In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. You did, he said. We fight about this still. Muir is stubborn, more than I. Now herein, and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 triumvirates. For I am of this land, unlike the rest who wish to leave. We know not everyone could leave who wanted. Seldom would the opportunity arise. Thus did we organize those striving for the chance into 9 sets of 3. Ooh. The Beyonders. To call the Beyonders a triumvirate is to stain the other's efforts, yet I am beholden to describe them here. A pack of bandits, loosely organized under the Sisters of the Arch. They traveled all this way, into my land, to take the Horned One's life, to kill my friend, Mur. We thwarted them. We had them at our mercy. Mercy had become imperative to Mur. We spared their lives, but banished them to darkness, far beyond these lands. Now and forever, the Beyonders cling to a beholden duty to confront the true triumvirates, whenever they so choose, and so that whenever the true triumvirates clash, it shall be to their fullest extent. So the Beyonders are the ones, they're the team in the green orb there that I can do trials with or do practice matches. So that's why he's like, about them. No more new pages? Okay. Sorry, I snuck another little drinky. Okay. On the Commonwealth, in the words of Triesta Tiethys, the Blessed Born. We the 8 assembled here on the downside, and we gave our freedom so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange we have not lightly made. It is my charge to ensure that you should regain your freedom. First off, recognize its qualities, and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. I own wings. I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I am bound. It is your charge to be free and not to make the same mistakes. Spring from here and learn from what we did, and build a new and great society, a free society, with wings spread wide for everyone. She's saying do a revolution, I think. Do a revolution. Alright, I did all my reading. Whew. That was a lot of reading. Hey Sasha, yeah, I read about you in the book. You've returned. How can I help you, if at all? Who's got a trial? Okay, so we gotta... What's in your brain? Let me ask you something, lovely reader. Have you any idea for how long I have been imprisoned here? I don't know, the book didn't specify, but if it's since the time of the 8 scribes, that's a long time. 1,000 years. Oop. You guess that Sandra could have been in her current state of exile since well before the dawn of the current age. At first, she shows no indication that she even heard you. Close. Soon enough, I shall be getting there. I have been imprisoned, thus, for 837 years. Ooh. If this is Price is Right rules, I'd lose. I went over. According to my count, at least, it is possible that I have lost track. Although, given my state, I can assure you that I've had ample time to verify my arithmetic. She goes silent for a time. Let me give you some advice. If you decide to kill the Emperor, make sure you achieve what you set out to do. If you're gonna do a murder, you gotta commit. Gotcha. I expected my own death, regardless of the outcome of my task. I was not expecting this. Certainly not to be telling you about it 837 years later, or however long it has been. Although, enough of that for now. Let us get back to business. So the moral here is if the possible punishment for failure is permanent imprisonment in an Orbi tomb thing, you better kill the Emperor. Just murder that guy. Oh good, just as I was beginning to feel more bored even than usual. So Tizo, we got a little trial for our little itty bitty boy. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that is really not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. Tizo soon appears in heed of the summons. What is that? He is prepared. Tizo's got hoppies. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answer to me here. Kree-hack! What does that mean? He understands. You know the formalities, of course. Show me, then, what you have learned thus far about the rites. Here in this trial, it should be just you, my beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see how you fare. Oh no! I'm already starting out bad. Ah. Oh wait, that's a taunt! I'm flying! Ah! Can't fly forever. That's the taunting button. Ah, no. Ah, I got baited. Wait, wrong button. Why do I keep hitting the taunt button? God damn it. It's adorable, but it's useless to me. Damn it. I'm not doing very good at this.
This is the flying button. Ah. Ah! Damn it, I didn't have the ball.
It's not going good for me.
But then again, with the other trials, it did take me a few tries. It's okay, it's okay. Okay, might need to do some judicious use of self-destructs here. Yeah. Because I think if I can get like a triple banishment or something, I'm gonna hack! Oh, he angy. Tizo is frustrated. Yeah, I get you. I know I'm definitely not a master of anything. Come now, imp. This test is not meant to be easy, even for the likes of you. I would tell you not to waste more of my time, but then my time is there for you to waste. So try again, now or whenever you so choose. Yeah, well, at least one more try. Once more, the imp, then, is it? Fine, let us go. We're gonna try and do, like, sacrifices, please, here. Because that might be the better play for Tizo. There's multiple peoples. Ah, no! Shit. Ah, he was right there. It's more the whoop. Wrong button again. Ah! I finally scored a pint. Nope, dang it. It's okay, Tizo. We're doing okay. We'll be fine. Oh, dang it! Ah! 2-1, no! Meh. Meh. Oh. The AI on this is pretty intelligent. Like, it doesn't fall for the same kind of baits. Ah! I fell for that, though. And it's just gonna score. God dang it. It's over, isn't it? I did score a point this time. A point. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. One more. Okay. I shall channel Flora. I shall say okay many times. Oh, dang it! Why do I keep hitting that button? It's not the jump button, that's the dance button. Why do I keep doing it? There we go. Do not hit the taunt button. Ah! Dang it! They're so speedy. Okay. Quit with your wigglies. Yeah, come down here. No! Dang it! Why do I keep going over to... Why do I keep wanting that button to be the jump button? It's not! It's not! It's taunt! Ah! Why do I phase into existence just a fraction of a second too late? It gives me false hope for a moment that I can stop the advance.
it's over, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. You know what? I don't have him equipped with any accessories, so at the very least I should go back and review that before trying one more time. Because clearly, I'm not getting by with his little stumpy legs. Okay. It's fine. We're all okay. Right, okay. Let's review equipment. So, instantly recover all stamina after getting the orb. That could be pretty useful. After being banished by an adversary, the bearer has a chance to return immediately. Ew. Okay, and then here. Or just give him the speedsies. Also a thought. Could just make you speedy. So we could do this. And now he's speed. That might be enough. Let's try that. Yup. Hey, I gave him speedsies this time. Whole +6 speedsies. I just need to stop pushing the taunt button. That would also probably help. I have bad muscle memory. Or I just like watching Tizo dance subconsciously. Could be both. Nyeh! Maybe I should have gone for the other accessory that allows for maybe a potential chance of instant recorporealness. Stop it with your jumpies! Dang it! I did it again! Tizo, use those little wings! In that case, the taunt kind of worked. Nah. Come on. Nah. Get it? You have to get it. You little shits! That's cheating. Okay, this is not going any better. I walked right into it. I deserve this point loss right here. I deserve it. Okay. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna... No. We'll come back to this later. Demoralize. That only works for Flora. That doesn't work for me. I'll just come back to this later. The trial ain't going anywhere. Aw, don't say that. Don't call it pain. That makes me feel bad. Alright. You end up spending part of the day with Jodariel, exploring the area surrounding your wagon. You learn this area used to be a swimming hole many years ago. These waters are poisonous, but the curs who gathered here, they swam regardless. Your lasting memory of this place is standing by the shore, imagining the feel of the water. As you head back in silence, you consider which of your vocations to pursue. Ooh, a vocation time. Let's maybe do a group buff this time. Okay. So... speed is always good. Each episode. This isn't a beach, this is a bathtub. What? Yeah, let's go for quickness. Yay! Boop. Everyone's got them speeds. Where's the bathtub? Are you talking about... This isn't really a bathtub, it's more just rocks. Here we go. We're gonna see some doggies! Yay! It's my metal dog bros! Metal dog bros. Off we go. Hello. Hey guys! Say, whatever happened to that bae you brought in here sometimes? You know, the loopy one, frizzy hair, always handling all the merchandise. I liked her. Aw, don't... What does this do? I'm poor. I have no money. Okay, I can buy this. But now I'm poor. I need things. What should I have for dinner? I don't know. What do you have for dinner? That's almost 50. Thanks, guys. Good luck in that thing you're going to tonight. Hey, guys. How's it going, guys? Where are you going, guys? This thing bothers me. What's in this book? New page. Okay. We found each of the others in due time, by fate, not by coincidence. The wise Liu Scorlin, I can't see words, stood among the trees, gazing at the stars, expecting us. The wild witch Milithe was so enthralled at my liege's utter transformation, she stayed her sorceries. Blessed-born Triesta swooped down upon us, to warn of an imminent attack. The many-maned Jomur thus intervened, and shared with us his humor and his hunt. Even the Underking Ors himself sought out an audience with us. Thus we became the 8 and journeyed on together. Or maybe, no, not Ors. Maybe that's Ores. That might be Ores. Oh, food? Well, alright, do you want, like, a pizza? Do you want a burger? Do you want a taco? Do you want sushi? Do you want ramen? Do you want maybe a grilled cheese? Maybe instead you would like ice cream or a cheesecake or maybe a croissant. Or I can keep naming foods. Maybe you want gummies, or maybe you want to get a, maybe like a really dense boba tea, because if you get enough of those tapiokas in there, congratulations, you got yourself a meal. Or alternatively, you could also get like a burrito, or I've recently a place opened nearby me that does like the poke bowls, and those are pretty good. I like those. Yes, name all the foods. I could keep going. Candy is a meal if you try hard enough. You just aren't trying hard enough. It has calories in it. It's a meal. You just have to have enough of it. Speaking of, you could have popcorn for dinner. Or, let's see, what else? What else? You could get dumplings, maybe. Some steamed dumplings. Or pierogies. Or, sorry, pierogi. Or else Sasha will get mad at me for saying it wrong. Or some pasta. Or maybe, It's like every pizza could be a personal pan pizza. Yes, there's also chicken nuggets or chicken parmesan. Midnight when I get out of work. There'll be no restaurants open at this time nor anything. Other than, okay, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know your options were going to be burger chains or Pizza Hut. Am I saying it wrong my whole life? I didn't know either. Sasha's the one who's taught me the error of my ways, that I've been saying it wrong. And I'll probably continue to do it, because I'll forget later. Oh, you had. Oh, you went to the new place too. Nice, nice, nice. Burger King. Yeah, pierogi. Pierogi. I'll get it one day. Sasha, please be patient with me. I'm bad. Okay. Oh, is there still more pages? Ooh. Is this the new page? Where's the new page? Oh, is this the new page? I don't know why these pages are glowing. Okay, let's go here instead. Ooh, new page. Oh, it's the page of the rock, the bowling ball on the scorpion. Spring of Jomer. In the words of that guy. I ofttimes think the carapace of the hive titan Bilanthius shall be an everlasting blemish on an almost splendid bit of land. But Jomer, in his brashness, felled the monster with a certain flair. Then the moon shone through the ridges of the massive carapace, and shined upon the pooling ichor, turning it into the freshest nectar ever to be tasted. The spring shall flow eternally, and those who walk within it shall experience the resplendent glory of the land. The stars began to fall there into the spring with regularity, and we now know how soon that they again shall do so, and we wish for you to see it yourself. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Grim. Stretch. And a hydrate. I could keep naming foods if I wanted to make everyone in the chat hungry. I don't know if chat wants that. Do you want me to keep naming foods? I can keep going. You done being sparkly, book? Okay, good. Jewel is moving. Hi, Jodariel. How are you? You find Jodariel seemingly deep in thought. You consider whether even to bother her.
Marikaba.
Your presence is not unwelcome, reader. Remain a moment, please. She stares at you for some time. Oh no! Staring contest. Today marks the beginning of my 16th year in exile. You look back at her and remain silent. You sense that all she wants from you right now is for you to listen.
Saltavare.
I have kept count. Put the notches in this breastplate of mine for each passing day. Notice how much it is frayed. 16 years, reader. The orphans whom I fostered would long since be fully grown. Some of them are likely gone. Many of them spoke of how they longed to one day serve with me on the blood border. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder, if I were still captain, could I have protected them? Could I have made a difference? I think not. The Commonwealth and the High-Wing remnants, they have fought eternally. Those such as I have come and gone throughout the age. I catch myself feeling pity for my years, but then, had I remained there on the blood border, it is unlikely I would have lived to see this day. Oh no. Now I once name all the foods that you could make it at home yourself. Okay, you want specifically to name foods I can make? That's gonna be a short list. Oh, hello, feral beast. Oh, did you miss me? Do you want to sit on my lap? I am here for it because I am cold and you are warm. Please lie in my lap. Okay. Enjoy. All the foods I can make. Honestly, I'm more of a baker than a chef, but okay, let's see. I mean, I can make pasta, but I mean, that's basically stick things in boiling water and try not to fuck it up. So, the bar on that's pretty
look at you. You're so cute. Yes, you are, kitty. Yes, you
Feral
are.
Beast is very cute. I can also make tuna melts. I like making tuna melts. Where's pretty good with fried eggs, or just like eggs in general, like poaching or boiled. I can make deviled eggs. I'm good at that. I like deviled eggs. Oh yeah, I made a really good potato salad once. Oh, and there was the strawberry rhubarb crisp. I'm good at that. I'm also good at making scones. And there was a recipe I once found for like an orange cornmeal cake that I made. Oh, and there's also the California pizza that I made a couple times. That was very popular at parties. But anyways. So that's some stuff I can think off the top of my head. I don't exactly have like an exhaustive list of everything I have cooked at one point in my life. But, yep. Generally speaking, I would much prefer to bake than I would to cook. But oh yeah, that is true. Sasha's your first stream of the year. Or solo stream. I mean, you were streaming with us for Civ 6 last weekend, so... But yeah, solo stream. You're gonna play Mad Max, right? It's gonna be fun. Alright. She looks at you again. Do you know why they cast me down? I was a decorated captain. They said I was the best. Witness me! Ooh, cucumber mint sandwiches and coronation chicken salad and petite four. Ooh, that's very fancy. I mean, maybe I could do that if you give me a recipe. I mean, sandwiches are more about assembly of ingredients and less about, like, you know, making things from, like, haha, Nox, we turned it off. You can't do it no more. Haha. Haha. It's not her birthday no more. Her birthday's in November. You have to let it go. It'll be later, just not yet. It's January now. You got 11 months to go. Sure. She closes her eyes for a moment before she continues. One day, it was a standard patrol, but I ran across a pack of harp fledglings, fully armed and preparing for a strike, but all on their own. They were nothing for my regiment. We ensnared them all and took them in. A considerable prize. They were not yet conditioned and could be made to talk. So, it's not Christmas. Christmas is over. Again, we're 12 months away. We are more or less at the furthest point from Christmas right now. Yep, FWOA updated it. Haha. So, there are different commands that are active now. Feel free to guess. When the order came down that they were to be executed, I could not bring myself. The Commonwealth priding itself on mercy, committing such acts through one such as me. It was unconscionable. So I thought then, at least in my younger years, I let the damned birds go, made no claims as to the contrary, and turned myself in. I was cast down the following week, 16 years ago. Thus, my enemies had the last laugh in that exchange. If I were faced with the same choice again today, I do not know for certain that I would have chosen just the same. Now then, I shall go and mark this occasion as I have always done. Be well, reader. Aww. So, my crime was reading. Her crime is I refuse to kill birds. Bird people. Bird people children. So far, so let's see. My crime was reading. Sandalwood's crime was I made printing press and tried to bring reading to the masses. I mean, he's still a butt. I don't like him. But that was his crime that got him sentenced. And Jodariel's crime is I don't want to kill children. Jesus. Hooray! Her bio's been updated. Here we go. Ah, here we go. Motive, crime, insurrection, insubordination, motive, insurrection, years exiled, 16. Aww. And that's why she has horns, because the longer humans spend in the downside, the more likely they are to develop demonic traits. Hence, why he no have horns yet. Okay. I mean, I was kind of like, you know, like I'm all right. Like, aside from it being presented by like Buttface, I was still kind of like, hooray, viva la revolution or coup d'etat, but Nox! Oh, no, don't say that. She didn't deserve it. You okay? Oh, okay. Feral Beast has got to go. Ow. Thank you for clawing me on your way out. Okay, bye. Okay. Oh, you didn't. Oh, Jadera was like the player you didn't want to let go. Oh no. I know. Like that's the thing. Is like if I send Rookie away, I'm gonna like cry. I mean, like be free, be free, Rookie, and then I'll like fall apart. As the sky grows dark over the spring of Jomer, a hush falls over your companions, especially Rookie. You sense something is troubling him. Something to do with your next adversaries. Oh yeah, he bowed out of the match last time. He said he wouldn't compete against them. Oh hey sister, just want to let you know I'm pumped and ready to take on the dissidents this time. Sure am, all right. That Barker, he's not so scary once you get to know him like I do, you know. So don't you worry, because I sure won't be going easy on him after last time. As Rookie marches off towards the clearing, you notice his grin fade away. In the distance, you hear the dissidents begin to hoot and howl. And guitars. Sweet guitars. I guess the guitar is the sound of hoots and howls. Oh, he here. This is why I'm here. I'm here for the dogs. Yeah, let's go!
Reader, ever persevering,
Undefeated!
Well then,
Except in the
rejoice,
trials. We don't talk about the trials.
Because the cycle of the rites begins anew.
Yeah.
Perhaps you'll liberate another soon enough.
Maybe, maybe.
Your chosen adversaries here shall be the Dissidents.
Woo!
Reduce
Dissidents v
their
Night
flame
Wings.
to ash, just as you did when last you met.
Yep.
Now, who exactly shall oppose them?
Oi, mates! Look at what we have here. Greentail, is that you? Yeah, Barker. It's me, alright. Well, I'll be. So tell me something then, Greentail. You gonna go against me this time? You gonna keep being a stinking coward like before, eh? I guess I could. What do I do? Wait. He says he wants to fight. If you can beat him, maybe he'll leave us alone. He'll leave the Greentails alone. I can make it worth his while. Barker? What is it, mate? The right's about to start. Well, I was just thinking. I know I owe you and everything, but I've got a deal for you. You like a good deal, don't you? Yeah, Rookie. Ha! I like a good laugh, more like it, but I'll bite, Greentail. What's your fancy here? I was thinking, if I could beat you here, we're squared away. You let me off the hook. Ha! I see. But tell me something, mate. Now, why in this stinking world would I want to do a thing like that? What's in it for me when I beat you instead? Then I'll pay you double what I owe. I promise. But you have to promise too. Kerr's oath. Oi! Really now? Double or nothing, that is, eh? You drive a hard bargain there, mate. But alright, it's a deal. You beat me in my pack right here, right now, and you're debt-free as far as I'm concerned. Of course you don't. I'll be fleecing you for all you're worth. You, your stupid uncles, and your dear old mum of yours. See you shortly, then. See, this is why we had to keep Rookie here. Now he can go back to his mom debt-free. He can be a free doggo. Rookie then turns to you. Hey, so this one means a lot to me. You understand there, sister? Let me go against these guys, and I'll make sure we show them up, okay? Okay. Don't worry, Rookie. I trust you, my dog boy. By the by there, mates. My pack and I, we got a few new tricks we're dying to show you real soon. You sense Barker speaks the truth. The dissidents are more capable than before. Ah! They pick up. They've been leveling up. Do not underestimate them.
Who shall conduct this rite?
Alright, Rookie says he wanna go. He really wanna go. Alright, and I should probably also look at what the dissidents have got fielding. So he's... Okay, so he's got more presence, which is what you use for that your presence is that aura that sits around you, how big it goes. So he went for an aura boost. This one... Okay, so if he scores points, he will likely not be banished. Okay. And he's got the same thing, so they are likely to respawn. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Wolfie. Scarly. Snarlo. Marla. Charson. Oh, they've got a whole team. Oh, okay, that's more than just... Okay, so it's only the ones that are only the ones that you can see faces of are the ones that are actually fielded, I think. Or no, sorry, he's fielded. This one is fielded. Okay, and that's Barker. Okay. So Barker, Snarlo, and Wolfie. Oh, you have such cute names. Okay, back to my team. Alright, so... Might do... Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. Alright, you want in? You're in, buddy.
Rookie.
Oh! What do you do again? Regenerate stamina. Maybe I should bring him. Maybe I should bring the butt. Okay, well, here, let's first... Sorry, Tizo. Alright. He is now partially speeds. Alright, so... Also quick. Alright, and then I've got an item. Okay, so alright. Congratulations, Headwind. Let's get you enlightened enough to kick out.
Headwind.
Alright. So do I want Jodariel as the last? I'm kind of thinking between either Jodariel or Pamitha. You want to give all the doggos all the treats. No, we can't give them treats. Yeah, we'll go with Jodariel. At the very least, she can kind of maybe play defense.
Jodariel. The choice is cast.
You're one of us, Greentail. Your fight is ours. Alright then, Greentail, bring it on, or it's your dear old mum who's gonna pay. Incentive.
Commence. Goodbye, Jodariel.
Come on! Woo!
Night Wings are the first to strike. Now.
Aha!
Headwind plunged into their fire.
Congratulations, Head, when you scored a goal. What's the matter, Greentail? He thinks you seem a little nervous on your paws out there. Just shut up already, Barker. Let's get on with it. What's that you say, huh? You think you can talk back to me like that, Greentail? You heard me, Barker. Stay out of my damn way. Or what, mate? Or I'll sink these nervous little teeth into your neck, old chum.
That foolish Barker was a menace to the Commonwealth and is a blight upon the rights.
Ah, no!
How very fortunate.
Ah, so close!
Oh, you poor Night Wings.
Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Your Pyre slipper.
No, we're okay, we're okay. We're still in the lead, we're still in the lead.
Yes.
Oh! Dang it!
get the orb.
Push. No! Dang it, he got stuck on a rock. Boom!
Exactly by the book.
I am loving that idol, by the way. Oh, shit, shit, shit.
Painful outcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay for that.
Shame.
I know, shame. Shame. Haha!
A blow against the adversary.
He's got a little bit of momentum swing on him. There we go.
No more than a lick of flame remains.
One more good shot and we're done.
Good.
Oh, I was on the edge. Come on, rookie.
Barker throws himself into the flames.
It's okay. We're okay.
The orb. And it
Yeah!
is done.
Woo! Rookie's
The
debt
Night
free!
Winds prevailed. 'Twas the will of the
Rookie
8
can go home
scribes
to
which
his
kept
mom
their
with his
flame
head held
alive.
high. Be like you're free, mom.
Thus end this night's
Woo!
proceedings.
Woohoo! We did it! We got him!
Greentail, you got us fair and square, mate. As fair and square as this stuff gets, right? So my family, you'll leave him alone? You said you'd leave him alone. Ease off there, Greentail. A deal's a deal. Now then, me and my pack had better step it up for when we see you and your mates again. I'll be looking forward. Rookie watches him depart, then turns to you as his expression softens. Don't know what to tell you, sister, other than I really owe you one. Can I have the bell back? Can you give me the bell parts back? I would like the bell parts back, so I can ring the bell. I used to think the scribes were just stuff of stories, but all of this is really their doing, isn't it? Okay, we can level up. So I got the stamina. Okay. He's very much a support. He's not great on his own. Level 4, my boy. You know, with all this rights business, there's been one real fancy move I've been milling for a while. I think I finally just got how to pull it off. Ah, woo! Okay, so his options are sprinting. He accelerates even faster. Oh, when banished from an adversary, he only has a 50% chance to only come back in 1 second. Casts his aura 50% farther. Oh, okay. I'm not really using his aura, though. Yeah, I tend to have him doing runsies, so we're gonna make him speed.
Flash of inspiration for next time.
Let me just check everything. Okay.
Until the stars align.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Announcer man. You are being nicer, and I appreciate that. I didn't like it when you were being meaner at the beginning. You return to the wagon after you and your fellow exiles defeated the dissidents and find Volfred waiting for you there. Well done back there, my girl. You are serving your companions well. Now then, I've something that I wish to share with you, if you've a moment. Could you stop calling me your girl? 'Cause I'm not. Stop. It's rude. We have discussed the plan, of which we're all a part. I have a means of measuring our progress towards the goal of it. How are we doing? Oh, hey, look! It went from 24 to 26. It got better. We're doing good. I'd like for you to have a look at it. First, let's determine where the rites may take us next. Yeah, I know. Wolfred's here. Time to murder. Look forth. I expect you shall see again several shining stars where once you saw but one. Yeah, she's not your creep. Girl creep. Ah. Stop claiming me. I do not wish to be claimed. Alright. Goal. Milithy. Lou. Several shining stars. A trick of the eye, or the will of the scribes. Who can say? I, too, once gained this newfound vision, many years ago, following my first liberation rite. And I believe only we of the Night Wings have this gift. I realize that, in choosing whom the Night Wings confront in each rite, we, in turn, influence which triumvirate we face when the time comes for us someone to be set free. The object I invite you to use contains further detail.
Oh, good.
I have to look at his stupid book. Oh, ooh. Using Volfred's planner, you may assess your progress towards your ultimate goal, as well as check the current standings of your adversaries. Volfred shall keep this information up to date for the remainder of your quest. You may look over it now, or any time in the Black Wagon, or while searching the stars.
Rankings!
Look at us! Look at us! Woo! Woo! So we don't know how many more rights to liberation. There has been one. We need... Okay, we need at least... We need to recruit one more exile. We have one liberation. The probability of success of right now is 26%. Oh, hey, we have a date. Okay. So let's see. We have the Tempers, who are 5 and 4, and they do not like us. We are bleh. The triumvirate with the highest favor is poised to take on the Night Wings in the next liberation rite. Oh, I see. So their favor determines whether or not we'll see them in the liberation rite, and that's, I guess, how their own rankings fare in the meantime. So right now the Tempers are least likely to show up, where the Essence are the most likely, which is all the winged ladies. So yeah, gained, unchanged, gained. So they're plummeting. They must have lost a match to someone.
Okay.
And they're unchanged despite taking another loss from us. Okay. So we got to pick one. So we have, okay, so these guys are right now the most likely who we will face in the liberation rate. Though I wonder if defeating them will knock them down in the rankings. And then we have Milthy. Oh, where we would encounter the sad old doggo. Never give up, never surrender. And then our other option is Liu, where we would find the Pyre hearts. I'm kind of wanting to go either see his team or Pamitha's sister, Tamitha. Doggo. I don't know why I make it a choice. Doggo. So we're going against the Fate again. Adversaries are no. I hope Dalbert and Almer have been holding up. Seems that they've been through a lot. I'm sorry I rammed your airship in accident. I didn't know. He then shares with you what details he's attained of your next adversaries. Dalbert Oldheart, an adversary who showed you respect and even generosity. Despite his advanced age, he also made for a formidable opponent, he and his son. The so-called Almer the Helpless, ever present at his father's side. He was abandoned as an infant before Dalbert found him and raised him his own. So wait, if he was an infant, like, was he born in the downside? So does that mean his parents were either conceived him in the underside, or like how does a baby commit a crime to get exiled is all I'm asking. I have questions. Dalbert taught his son everything he knew of his cultural heritage, as a descendant of one of the Alpha Chiefs thought to be descended from Jamur Many-Mane himself. Baby crimes. Flora, no. However, his more vocal attempts to preserve old Kerr traditions in the Commonwealth often fell on deaf ears, or even roused the anger of officials. One day, he insisted on celebrating Fang Song against the wishes of his family. His family's caution was well founded in this case, and he was taken into custody. Oh, he was adopted before the exile. Okay, that makes more sense. So he was exiled. So he adopted Almer before exile, and then was educating him in the ways of the doggos, and then got in trouble for celebrating Fang Song, which is an old Kerr holiday in which a single pack of Kerrs vanquished an entire Imperial brigade. As for Almer, as his father was led away, he put up enough of a fight to where he wound up sharing his father's cell, and soon enough, his sentence. Aww. So he was like, no, Dad. No, doggo Dad. I will save you. And they're like, nope, you got to go too. In the downside, their faith brought them in contact with a pack of spiritual Kerrs residing in the Jomer Valley. In time, they became acquainted with the rites and helped to revitalize the long-struggling triumvirate known as the Fate. They have since struggled on, at times flirting with freedom, though seldom getting within striking distance. Yet still, they long to find a way to return to their ancestral home and family. Why don't you know? Don't say being born is a crime. That's not true. Poor Dalbert. Seems like a decent enough sword. Same for his son. In any case, we'll see them soon enough. Let's get some rest for now. You bid Hedwyn a good evening. It is too late to take flight, so you make plans to rise at dawn to continue your travels. Woo! Page! Book! Oh, there's a new box. There's a box. There's a box. The Dissidents. I myself, Hob, did form the Dissidents under the simple tenet, those who do not belong, belong. The other scribes, some of them showed, at first, reluctance to allow an imp, and one accursed, to designate one of the 9 triumvirates. But Myrrh, the horned one, stubborn as he was, stood by my side. In time, they came to understand, for I remained, as ever, at their side, a living bit of proof of their absurdity. The Dissidents are an extension of my oddity. Those who do not adhere, they are not to be discarded, underestimated, or dismissed. They are as necessary as are those against whom they rebel. Aw, they're like, do not... I am an imp, and I shall be recognized as such. Haha. Cool. Okie dokie. The book away. And then, what's this? Wolfred's planner. Oh, that's the planner. Okay. You put it on her rug. She's practicing her lunges. Watching the skies. Sampling the soil. Okay. Still liberated. Nearby. Hunting for snackies. Okay. How you doing, Rookie? Or what are you doing? Letters. Okay. Oh, he's trying to learn that. He's trying to learn how to read and write. You know what? Good on you, Hedwyn. As you approach Rookie, you sense none of his usual anxious energy. I'm free. Then he rushes up to you, a return to form. I mean, I know I'm not. I'm stuck down here with the rest of you. It's like I finally got to set aside this giant bag of rocks I've been carrying around. Know what I mean? Wanted to say thanks, sister, for giving me a hand with the little situation between myself and Barker. I didn't think I would have had it in me to stand up to him unless I knew you and the others had my back. Now at least old Mama Greentail won't get any trouble from him on the other side. She's still waiting for her Rookie to come home, but at least she won't be getting hassled by a bunch of nasty curs just because I struck a lousy deal. So, yeah, sister, you ever need something, I owe you. And then some. Cur's oath. Can I have the thingy-dingy for the bell? I'd like the bell dingy-thingy. So I can ring the bell. Can I have it? He prances out of the wagon, a newfound lightness in his step. The bell! Rookie has +2 hope. Permanently. I wish him well. Bell? Bell? Damn it, Rookie! I just want to look in, because it was sparkling, so I thought that meant there was something new. But there's not. There's nothing new. Alrighty. Oh shit, it's after 11. Okay. So I'm gonna I'm just gonna fly to the next landing point, and then I think I will call it for today. Whoop. I like airship music. The airship music is great. Flying! A gloom hangs thick above the pet of Milthy and all around it. You're brave to seek your adversaries here again, reader. Many in the downside believe it to be nothing other than a foul den. They take the tales of Yaslach Astralborn to be a mystery, embellished through retelling over time. You have met others, such as the witch Udmilti, who believe otherwise, although whether their beliefs, I know of none who would go near the place unless the stars demanded it. Thus shall your right against the fate take place in complete secrecy, as always the rites have. Oh, okay, so we got landing points. Okay, so Hedwyn likes this option. Tizo likes this option. And... Shh. Oh! Sisters, we are under attack! No, no! I just run into things. Hold, no. We are merely being mocked. By none other than the Nightwings. Mock us all you wish then, wastrels of the Commonwealth. The sight of you in that utterly outlandish wagon. Your mere existence is an affront to the act of flight. Would that my sisters and I could soar tireless and free as we once did. But nay, we must resort to such ignoble means of travel, such as you. Now stay away from us, lest our vengeance should extend beyond your Commonwealth and become more personal in nature. I'm sorry. Okay, I see, because I could have gone up against them. Oh hey, here are the dissidents. How you guys doing? How are you doing? Hello. Can I talk to the good boys? The good rebel boys? No. You're signed up into with a bell. Aww. Don't say your existence is an affront to nature. You shouldn't say that about yourself. Okay. Alright, I gotta pick a place to land, and then... Alright. Alright, well, let's... You know what? I'm gonna get rid of Head... But now I feel like I have to get rid of Ruki. Because I've resolved his plot line, right? Like, I feel like with Ruki, it's like he can go home to his mom now and be like, we're free, and I can help in the revolution. Okay, we're gonna land where Tizo wants, because I need money. And he said he thinks he's seen something valuable here. You return to the dismal region known as the Flagging Hands. Straight away, you sense an air of dread, yet cling to hope that you can make your stay as brief as possible. You and your fellow exiles have time to yourselves before the day is done. Nonetheless, the dismal environs soon take their toll on everyone. Not my hope. Oh, and the Beyonder Crystal wants Hedwyn. I got a new book. New book page. Alright. Do you feel a kinship with the stars? You owe your everything to them. Oh wait, no, we already said that page. Spring of Jimmer. Why is there a new page here? There's not a new page. You lied. Is it this one? Okay. No, I read this page already. What? What? What am I missing? Get it. Put that down. And this thing bothers me. It does make a dinging sound, though. Not as good as this one, when it was in its full glory. Oh no, 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 don't say that. Like, okay. Okay, we'll just explore this and then we're gonna move along. Something about the darkest corner of Plaguemont gives Tizo a strong intuition to explore the area. Together, you set out to have a look. Turn the page corners? Yeah, maybe. I've been turning the pages and I thought I was seeing everything. Anyways.
Bleh. Crackly?
What is he saying? Wants to accompany me. Okay. There seems to be nothing in particular in the vicinity, but then Tizo raises his voice.
Kiki-kiki-dee!
What do you see? What do you see? Okay. The object in question is lodged deep in the ground and bears the mark of the rites. You sense you may be able to secure its contents, but the mystic wards will not be easy to undo. What shall I do? I want it! You focus all your mental faculties on the mystic wards sealing the box's contents. Soon, you are left exhausted, but the box's lid unfastens. Inside it is a talisman, placed there perhaps by one of your predecessor in the rites from ages past. Woo! Yay, what does it do? When preparing to fling the orb, the bearer's charge-up speed increases. Okay, cool, cool. If I could remember how to do that, that might be useful. Alright, we're just gonna get over to the thing. No. Stop going at my hope. Alright. We're just gonna go to the pit. Oh! Oh, look at that little guy! It's an imp with a beard! And a scroll! And really big eyes! It's very cute, but kind of derpy. A messenger imp with news and rumors from the other side somehow tracks you down in the soiled grounds of Flagging Hands. I know! Look at him! Look at that face! He's like a pug. Oh no. The imp's message pertains to Bay, who you liberated at the fall of Soliam, and whose past transgressions have all been forgiven since her return to the Commonwealth. Did you send me a derpy imp to let me know how you're doing, Bay? You learn that she was taken in by a well-to-do foster family and was to be given private schooling of the highest order in the Astralist tradition. Oh, what's that? A theocratic sect believing divine authority rests with the stars. They alone dictate the future. Oh. They promised her that, in time, she might one day have the honor of teaching the children of the Commonwealth herself. Aw, she's gonna teach everyone to revolt. However, she soon went her own way, insisting that the 8 scribes themselves were calling her. She started wandering again, all on her own. Oh, she was like, no! Only the 8 scribes tell me what to do. That is until she located Volfred's agents. Thus her wanderings ceased, and the ranks of the revolution grew stronger. They also left a simple message. Believe in the scribes. You thank the messenger imp for the report, as your companions gather to discuss. Sounds like she's making a difference out there. I often felt she was the bravest of us all. Perhaps those scribes of hers yet live, for hers is a charmed life. You keep on telling those snooty Commonwealth good-for-nothings. What's up, Bay? Yeah! Go, Bay! Oh, am I playing so... Sorry, is it the gift that you're talking about, or are you talking about the game? In which case, I'm sorry. What does that mean? Tizo misses having Bay, although he is pleased to hear she's doing well. Aww. Small in stature was the goodly Bay, but yet great indeed in spirit. Even now this knight remains in awe of her. She better be more careful, else they'll throw her right back in here with the rest of us. The news of Bay's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Hooray! The hope I lost from being in the bog is back. Good luck, Bay. Oh, the gif. Oh, okay. Alright, we're here. Alright. So we got a couple pages revealed. I'll just take a quick look at those. Tizo, my boy! Who didn't clean the dishes again? Who left this mess? Whose responsibility is this? Someone get out here. Clean these dishes. Okay, well, let's check on Tizo. You observe Tizo rummaging about the black wagon, as though in search of something. He notices you there and rushes up to greet you. Kree! He's very cute and I love you. Tizo is glad. Yay. But just as quickly, he resumes his search. Ha ha ha! What does that mean? Tizo's looking for something of a former exile of the Nightwings gave him. Oh. No, I know clean. My job is very important. I'm literate. I just sit and read. All day. All the time. Someone else do the dishes. Rahum. He is growing frustrated that the object he seeks is nowhere to be found. You almost do not notice the lone minstrel's approach. I am afraid that it is gone, Tizo. I am very sorry. Reader, it is nothing that ought to be cause for much concern. Merely that Tizo has misplaced something of sentimental value to him. Skriak. It was just a spare bandage, he indicates, exactly like the one on his horn. Aw, he just wanted his memento. Tizo here has had many adventures with the Nightwings. Is that not Tizo? Is that not so, Tizo? He squawks in approval. Those memories shall always stay with you. Is that not what matters most of all? He confirms this as well. Then, please do not worry yourself about it anymore. It is a symbol of a distant past, besides. Tizo shulks away, up into the rafters. The lone minstrel watches him go. The object that he seeks does not exist, reader. Tizo searches for it from a fleeting memory of his days of the Nightwings of the past. He performed the regular duties of the other drive imps at first, but soon distinguished himself. I was none too surprised. He was clearly special. He had grown close with the other members of the Nightwings when misfortune fell, and the Triumvirate fell apart. Perhaps Volfred has revealed to you more of the details. He did. As for Tizo, I feel he must make peace with the shadows of his past somehow. Perhaps then he shall cease searching. Words hard. You need not worry for him, of course. He is resilient, and shall always serve the Nightwings well. You might say that he was born for it. Begging your pardon, reader. The lone minstrel excuses himself in his polite way, leaving you to consider what he said. Words are hard. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bio updated. What did we learn about Tizo? Yeah, none of this is applicable to him. Ah, gotcha. How's the plan doing? Okay. How's the plan doing? Still 26%? Still 26%. Okie dokie. I wish to be remembered not for boastfulness. Thus I refrain from detailing our exploits across the land, save to say that they were numerous. Know that only through our combined strength of arms and wit did we withstand the savage land. Such were the monstrous dangers that it posed. I came to see that all the terrors which I had heard at bedside in my youth were based entirely in fact. So great they were, they blotted out the sky. Such was the evil that we vanquished, and the remnants of it yet shine under the stars. And, in the end, it was the stars which guided us towards our truest calling. Dun dun dun! Ah, here we go. New landmark. The Pit of Milthy. If there is one celestial landmark in which I would never again wish to tread, unless, of course, the stars beseech me to, it has to be the pit. 'Twas dark in there beyond all reckoning. If not for Milthy's sorceress lantern, all of us, we would have been lost. We all would have been lost. What lies within the pit is not to be invoked, although I have no doubt our goodly Underking shall be unable to prevent himself from boasting of how Milthy sealed it there for an entire age. The thing yet lies there, on the edge of death. Through its connection to the stars, it gives the pit significance. Walk there with courage and a steady mind. Ooh. There we go. Learning. Alrighty. Well, I think I will call it here. The edge of death right next to Wendy's. Yep. Alright. I'm not going to do another right. We can start the next stream with the right because it is 11:30 almost and I want to rest. Also throat tired. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, let me just... Boop. Nope, you're wrong. No. Nox, no, I'm not doing another 3 hours. That's not how it works. Nope. Alright, switching over. Hello. Alrighty, well, thank you everyone for joining me for stream today. I hope you enjoyed seeing more. And we have seen Bay off, who has been liberated and has found Volfred and is enacting the plan. With capital P. You have to give it capital P significance. The plan. Anyways, so yeah, we will start next week with our next match against the Fate, which is otherwise known as the Sad Doggo Triumvirate, as opposed to the Angry Doggo Triumvirate. Anyways, okay. In terms of what is coming up next for the Dungeon Lounge schedule, did I update the schedule? I did. Oh my god. Thank you, past me. Alrighty. Hello. So, for tomorrow... Oh, wait. Sorry, I didn't update the schedule. Tee-hee. Tomorrow, Sasha will be streaming at 3 o'clock, but she will not be playing Divinity Original Sin 2 because Licky Glock, unfortunately, is unavailable. Instead, she will be playing Mad Max. I don't know anything more. I'm not doing an uncapped subathon. No. Anyways. Sasha, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, playing Mad Max. Not Divinity. Mad Max. Witness her! Or don't. But, you do you. Anyways. Then on Sunday at 2 p.m., Sasha, Flora, and I will be back to play more Civ 6. And we will continue our playthrough, and hopefully the barbarians will leave the glorious Empire of France alone for 5 minutes, so I can do something other than make armies. Okay, I'm not bitter. I'm great. Hi. The barbarians should also leave Flora alone. Her mighty empire is also getting harassed by stupid barbarians. Anyways. And then, circling back around to Monday, Flora has gotten Sekiro to work, so she will be continuing that on Monday at 2 p.m. No, I don't want a war. I want to be cultured. Anyways. Tuesday, 7 p.m., Mal will be continuing his playthrough of Odin Sphere. I think he's getting close, from what I understand. Like close-ish. Like, he's like on the back quarter of the game, from what I understand. And then on Wednesday, Flora's back at 2, playing more Sekiro. The game. The Ninja Souls game. Anyways. And then on Thursday, if all goes to plan, Mal will be back for more Tactics Thursday and playing Disgaea. And then finally, back to me on Friday. Hello. And I'll be resuming my playthrough of Pyre. I am taking that day off work, so I might start stream early. I'll see how I feel. I might just leave it at my usual time and then just sleep a whole bunch. I don't know. I can do whatever I want. I am an independent person. In theory. Maybe not. Anyways. That's the schedule. Boop. Now I gotta be tall again. Hello. All right. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed seeing more of the game. I'm just going to quickly put out thingy. If there's any changes to our schedules or just want to see our general shenanigans throughout the week. Yeah, I'm tall now. Woo! Tall. There are respective Twitters. I hope if you want to follow any or all of us, we also have a Discord where we will generally also post any changes to schedules or, again, general shenanigans right there. And then finally, our YouTube channel where we post VODs of prior streams, blah, blah, blah. If you want to take a look, we are getting that slowly but surely caught up. Alrighty. So, again, thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Let us find someone to raid. I will take suggestions if you have them. Otherwise, I will find a person. Oh, wait. Someone's playing Midnight Suns. Ooh, that one looks fun. And I know Sasha's really addicted to it. Like, so addicted she stayed up to like 4 in the morning. Sasha, no. By the way, you do not... you are not staying up to 4:30 in the morning to play Midnight Suns. No, I saw that timestamp. It was it was 3:30. It was 3:30. Don't lie to me. I will get the screenshots if I have to. You still stayed up way too late. You had work the next day. Not 4. Okay, fine. It wasn't 4. My point remains. Like, that's still like saying, like, you still had like work at like what, 8 in the morning, and you're like 3 considering going to bed. That's still not good, right? I'm not wrong on that. No, I'm not saying it was stupid. You're not stupid, but probably not good. Anyways, we'll go raid now. That's not correct about priority. She's supposed to get sleep. She had work to go to. Alright. Sorry. Just gonna set off the raid and then we will call it. Come on, there is not enough caffeine. Okay, there probably is, but there we go. So we're going to over to here we to I believe it's Chi. All right, and yep, she is another VTuber. She's playing some Midnight Suns, which is basically, for those who aren't aware of what Midnight Suns is, it is if you like XCOM, but like, I wish there was more Marvel in this XCOM game. Congratulations, you have Midnight Suns. So, there we go. Oh no, Sasha. Okay, we're gonna go raid now. Please give her a warm welcome on behalf of the Dungeon Lounge, and off we go. Boop. Countdown time. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon. What is time? Off we go.